Terry, thank you for joining me. Welcome back to Ewood today for our match with Plymouth Argyle. How does it feel to be back here?
It's always good to be back at Blackburn. The people up here have always made it feel like home to me, although I live in Shropshire, I come from Shropshire. This is my second home without a shadow of a doubt.
And of course, you played the record amount of games, league games rather, for a keeper at Blackburn Rovers. You must have some special memories in that pitch.
Really special memories. You can never take those away. And for me, I played at a time when football was a great game to play because you had such a close connection with the fans as well.
And you talk about those supporters, you know, it must have been great having a catch up and talking about those memories, meeting so many of them here today.
Yeah, lots of people have come up to me today and look sort of middle-aged and said that I was an inspiration to them when they were young kids of 10 or 11 years old, or they supported me when I was 10 or 11, and it's amazing to think that I had some kind of impact on young people.
And of course, you know, your time here, you know, it spans so long, 16 years. How did you find that, you know, seeing the club change through that time?
It changed a lot, and certainly my playing days came to an end just as Sky was coming in, and things certainly moved on a lot when Sky came in. And I spoke about my time being a great time for playing football. We didn't have lots of money, but as a team, it was a fantastic atmosphere, fantastic to play in a side where you could look around you and you could depend on your teammate.
And of course, you know, you referenced that there was Sky and the start of the Premier League and things like that. And of course, here at Blackburn, we had that fantastic transformation under Jack Walker. What was it like to see that from the inside of the club?
Well, it was pleasing to see the development, and great to see a local person wanting to put something back into the town through the football club, and to see it rise to the pinnacle of the Premier League.
And you referenced that, of course. You must have so many memories from that title-winning season.
Fantastic, especially working close with Tim Flowers and Bobby Mims, and of course a young Shay given developing as well underneath them.
I suppose you thought that the goalkeeper was the most important part of that title-winning season.
Well, I wasn't shallow enough to think he was the most important part, but for me, he was the most important part, and that's what I had to make sure was right in the team, that jigsaw in the team.
And when you think of all the people that were involved in that season, of course, 94-95, was there anyone perhaps that you thought maybe played a bit of an understated role when you think of all the stars that were in that team?
Well, you've hit up on it already, because Tim Flowers made some important saves that season. One game in particular stood out at Newcastle United when we took all the points, when we probably didn't deserve a point, and that might, especially when it came to that last day, with Man United playing away at West Ham to win the title. So with such a close race, that game might have been the turning point.
And what are your recollections of that time at Anfield, you know, when the final whistle went, knowing that you had done it?
Well, it's kind of numbing, really. You all of a sudden, all that excitement has gone. It's all over. And it's strange. It's kind of like the end of a dream. Although you've achieved it, your dream has come to an end, and you have to look for a new one.
And of course, we'll be looking forward to marking the 30th celebrations for that next season. But if we turn to the class of 2024, you know, I'm sure you've been keeping a keen eye on the results, and with a new manager now, John Eustace, sort of getting to know the team. What have you made of our season so far?
It's a season which, to be quite honest, should have shown more points on the board. Certainly, I don't think Blackburn's performances have got the number of points that they do deserve, and hopefully if they're able to defend as well as I know they can and achieve one or two clean sheets, they'll always score goals, especially with the talent they've got up front.
And where are the challenges do you think it is with trying to get a team so young as ours perhaps in playing in one of the most competitive leagues in possibly the world?
Yeah, it is. It's always difficult with young players coming into a side. I think it's easier if the side are doing well, but to introduce young players into a side that are playing under pressure is even more difficult. But they will benefit from it, and they will come through it, and they'll be stronger players for it.
And they'll of course benefit from the support that they receive, you know, and on and off the pitch, Blackburn Rovers, you know, it's got fantastic support, and it means so much to this town, doesn't it?
Yeah, huge. The club focal point for the town, and they do get behind the team. During my time at Blackburn, I experienced that, and they never failed to give the team everything that they should do.
And when you finished playing, you were of course our goalkeeping coach, but you also did a lot of work off the pitch for Blackburn Rovers as well, didn't you? What can you tell me about that?
Well, my job was threefold really. We had the goalkeeping academy. As you rightly said, the first team goalkeepers needed coaching, but I also run the Learning Through Football scheme, which involved work with top year juniors throughout the school term.
And what was that like for the children to experience being, you know, a part of the club like that?
Well, it meant that they could see the club working on the inside on a non-match day and do all their normal curriculum work, maths, English, geography, body sciences, but all centred around football. And then we also gave them the chance to come and experience Blackburn Rovers on a match day with concessionary games at £1 a ticket, and they provided extra support for the team on those concessionary games.
And we've had participants come from schools from around Blackburn today. On the Ewood Express you would have seen in the ground, and it shows that the club is still doing that and trying to engage with the community.
Well, those links with the community are vital, especially with younger ones, to bring them up with the club, capture their imagination, and hopefully they'll support the club for years and years to come.
And like you say, there's that responsibility for the club as well with off the field stuff, and through the official charity Blackburn Rovers Community Trust there's some fantastic projects going on, you know, referencing sort of stuff you were starting to do with the club, you know, with the education side of it and the sport, and as well that's grown into a number of other projects now. How important is it that Blackburn Rovers is visible in the community?
It's so important. It is a real big focal point for the town, and it captures the imagination of younger kids, and you'll see them achieve through the club as well, and that will certainly help them going forward into adulthood.
And of course, you know, you talk about that, you know, this club, you know, it is more than just 90 minutes out there on the pitch, isn't it?
Yeah, it's 24/7 Blackburn Rovers, and lots of kids, you know, it's vital. They'll be desperately willing Blackburn Rovers to do well, and watching all their results, all their games. It's such a big part of their life.